Welcome to Wikipedia World. We have germination of seeds. For an example, we have the maize grain and corn. We have two growth stages involving growth of the corn or the maize grain. First, we have the reproductive corn growth stages. Second, we have the vegetative corn growth stages. First, let's tackle about reproductive corn growth stages. We have here 6 stages for this part. First, we have the silking. Second, the blister. Third is the milk. We have the dough. And for the fifth stages or stage, and last we have the physiological maturity. For the first stage or silking, this stage begins when silk is visible outside the husk. Pollination occurs when these moist silks catch falling pollen grains. Pollen takes about 24 hours to move down the silk to the ovule where fertilization occurs. The ovule becomes a kernel, and generally all silk on an ear are pollinated into 2 to 3 days. The silk grows 1 to 1.5 inches each day until fertilized. The first stage kernel is almost engulfed in cob and materials, and it is usually white on the outside. The inner material is clear with little fluid present. After silking, we have the second stage. We have the blister. It usually begins to 10 to 14 days after the silking. And for the second stage of kernel, white on the outside resemble a blister. The endosperm and its now abundant inner fluid are clear. The embryo is still developing, but it now contains a developing miniature corn plant. Much of the kernel has grown out from the surrounding cob materials. The cob is close to full size, and silks are darkening and beginning to dry out. Starch has just begun to accumulate in the watery endosperm. Kernel are beginning to accumulate dry matter. Seed fill is beginning. Next stage we have the milk. It begins to 18 to 22 days after silking. The third stage kernel is yellow outside, while the inner fluid is now milky white due to accumulating starch. The embryo is growing rapidly, and most of the third stage kernel has grown out from the surrounding cob, and silks are brown and dry or becoming dry. Next stage, we have the dough. It usually begins 24 to 28 days after the silking. Continued starch accumulation in the endosperm causes the milky inner fluid to thicken to a pastry consistency. Usually, 4 embryonic leaves have formed as the embryo has grown dramatically from the third stage. The shelled cob is a light red to pink. Toward the middle of the fourth stage, the embryo will stretch across more than half of the width of the kernel side, and just before the fifth stage, kernel along the length of the ear begin to dent or dry. The fifth or the last embryonic leaf and the lateral seminal roots have formed. If this seed is planted, these 5 embryonic leaves will appear the following season after germination and vegetative process. Fifth stage, it usually begins 35 to 42 days after silking. At the fifth stage, all or nearly all kernels are dented or denting. The shelled cob is dark red. The kernels are drying down from the top, where a small hard layer of starch is forming. This starch layer appears shortly after denting as a line across the back of the kernel. With maturity, the hard starch layer and line will advance toward the cob. Accumulated starch is hard above the line but still soft below the line. And for the last stage, we have the physiological maturity, and it usually begins from 55 to 65 days after silking. By the sixth stage, kernel have attained their maximum dry weight or dry matter accumulation. The hard starch layer has advanced completely to the cob. A black or brown abscission layer forms, moving progressively from the tip ear kernel to the basal kernels of the ear. It's a good indication of physiological maturity and signals the end of kernel growth. The husk and many leaves are no longer green, although the stalk may be. So that is the first corn growth stages. So now let's proceed to the second one. We have the vegetative corn growth stages, and this part we have 8 stages. First stage, we have the germination and emergence, and once planted, growth seeds absorb water from the soil and begin to grow. And VE or emerge occurs when the coleoptile or spike pushes through the soil surface. Corn plants can emerge within 5 days in ideal heat and moisture conditions, but in practice, due to early planting under seasonably cold conditions, at least 2 weeks are normally required from planting to emerge. With below average spring temperatures, corn seeds may be in the ground for 3 weeks or more before seedling emerge. The growing point is 1 to 1.5 inches below the surface. The seminal root system is growing from the seed. The seminal roots do much of the early work, but grow slow after VE as nodal root begins to grow. Next stage, we have the germination tree or V3, and the growing point is still below the surface, and the stalk or the stem hasn't elongated much. Root hairs are growing from the nodal roots as seminal roots cease growing. All leaves and ear shots the plant will ever produce form inside the stalk from V3 to above V5. A tiny tassel forms at the tip of the growing point. Above ground plant height typical is about 8 inches. Next stage, the growing point and tassel rise above the soil surface at above the V6 stage. The stalk begins to elongate and the nodal root system grows from the 3 to 4 lowest stalk. Some ear shots or stems are visible. Development depends on the specific hybrid, plant density, fertility, and other conditions. The number of kernel rows is determined from V7 to V8. Next one, we have the V9 stage. The section of V9 plant shows many ear or shots or stem. Develop from every above ground node except the last 6 to 8 nodes below the tassel. Lower ear shots from fast at first, but only the upper 1 or 2 develop are harvestable ear. The number of kernel rows is determined by V9, and the tassel begins to develop rapidly and stalk lighten as the internodes grow. By V10, the time between new leaf stages shortens to about 2 to 3 days. Next stage, the potential of kernels per row is determined by at least V15 and maybe as early as V12. The top ear shot is still smaller than the lower ear shots, but many of the upper ear are close to the same size. Next stage, we have the V15, and this is the start of the most crucial period of determining grain yield. Upper ear shot development overshadows lower ear shot development, and every 1 to 2 days a new leaf stage occurs. Silks begin to grow from the upper ear by V17, and the tips of the upper ear shots may be visible atop the leaf sets, and the tip of the tassel also may be visible. Next stage, we have the V18. Silks from the basal ear ovules elongated first, and silk from the ear tip ovules follow. Brace roots grow from the nodes above the soil surface to help support the plant and take in water and nutrients during the reproductive stages. We have the VT stage arrives where the last branch of the tassel is completely visible. About 2 to 3 days before silk emerge, VT begins. The plant is nearly at its full length, and pollen shed begins lasting about 1 week on an individual plant basis and 1 to 2 weeks on a field basis. The interval between VT stage and R1 can fluctuate considerably depending on the hybrid and the environment. Stress lengthens its interval. So as you can see in the image, from vegetative process, we have this process. After vegetative, it turns to reproductive stage up to it become maturity corn plants. So thank you for listening, Etopedia World.